I've just sort of make a quick video, right? This is a back of a Tascam 38, right? I got the manual for it, right? On the manual, there's here, there's an oscillator, right? This is the oscillator on the card there, right? Then there's another oscillator amp on the actual thingy, right? Now, what was the trouble with this is on here there is a positive and negative 15 volts on the thingy, right? On this here, right? And that mixes in with the record signal here. Well, the great problem is with these 38s, they're opaque. I built myself a little extender card right here. So the reason why I did this, right, is because there was a dry solder joint. I say one of those was a dry solder joint. What's happening when I was testing the meter, testing the current coming off here, I was getting current coming out, but the vibrations of my probes was making this reconnect. So I made this and take it away from the board. Then I found out that I was getting no minus 15 up to the oscillator. This is the oscillator, which is this one here, right? So I put that in, and then I did a retest and found that once I've done that, the current up in this is working properly, right? So, and also when that goes through there and comes out, it comes out on this pin here. So this one then goes to the record, that pin there for first one goes to the this one here, to this oscillator. But the problem is with these 38s is there's a lot of jumper pins all the way down here where it comes from the other side of the board. Well, in 38s these are right buggers. They need to be resoldered in the life of the machine. And here as well, you see these, I could get in the camera in place, you see these ones as well. There's little jumpers as well, all the way down there, all the way down there. I had to check all these, right? And the same on this side, right? You can't see it. There's little jumpers from here. Right, this is where the input from the sound card, the heads come in. There, and there, all down that side. So, what was happening is, when the cards go in, right, they strain, I don't know, it's very bad design, they strain on the card. The problem is, with these cards, these light cards, they use these, they use these jumper pins, right? Right. Well, these, if you've got an RS account, you can get all these from RS, right? They're brown now, but you can get these in packs of 5s, so they're not worth worrying about. But when you put the card in, if it doesn't hit these pins properly, here and here and along here, as it goes in, it bends these up. So when you're putting them in, you've got to make sure they connect properly on every one, which is a pain in the arse, by being polite. And also, these here as well, I mean, you've got plugs for the meters, and you've got plugs for the other meters there. There's 2 plugs there for the meter, and there's the other 2 for the control card, and that goes up there. I had to take this out to check it, and I had to take the knobs off here. But generally, this machine, I'm sorry about being dark, but mine's better thingy, and I just generally had the services. I think that I've got all the faults now, but it is quite easy to make an extender card for this particular unit. You just have to get the right connectors at one end, but I found that the best way to do it, actually, funnily enough, take all the cards out, right, and I won't plug it in, but then plug, because the power's on, right, then plug that's in channel 8 like that, because when you put these cards in, you've got to be careful that when you say put the card in, right, these line up properly. I know it might sound stupid and it sounds so, but I know these machines very well, and these things, these little ones, especially the little ones, they can turn up thingy, so that will go in there, right. Go in there. I won't turn the power on because I've got to do some more checks. That will go in there, fine. I took that one off because I needed to get at this. There's a piece of metal that goes in there to hold the cards, right? It's not really needed, it's only cosmetic. But the other oscillator, as we know, is underneath there. Don't fiddle with this, for heaven's sake. It's important. Do the BIOS, very important. And but now you've got the card there, and I've got the instructions, and the rest of the manual. You can work out what does what, and then you can trace the signal back. This card is working fine. I put numbers on them, so I actually know which cards got what, and so I don't get faults. But then, and this is working now. I know that I'm getting 150 megahertz, so 150 kilohertz, 150 hertz or 100. I can't remember which one it was. I think it was 150 something. I think it's megahertz, 150 kilohertz. Yeah, 150 kilohertz there. I can tell so much, it's unbelievable. And yeah, so that's fine. I think this car's going to work. On the board here, well, there's several types of these boards, funny enough. I think this is the Mark 1. Well, on the Mark later card, there's another oscillator. Well, one of them, it's the same partly, but one's got 2 transistors and one's got 5 transistors, right? Funny enough. But you can't mix them up, but accidentally put them in, because this card has got one stud of connectors. Sorry about the fuzzy picture. The funny card, different sizes of these, so it's not a particular problem. But I got one of these machines which has got a power problem. It just keeps on blowing and smoking, but I'm not going to fix it because insulation. It's not the insulation. It's started getting hot, so I pulled it out. I think it's a fault on the power supply, but I won't. It's too risky using it, and I'll fix that. I'll leave it to later until no one turns up with something missing, and I'll transfer the parts over. But it's generally, what I got. I just thought I'd make a small video of of this, and you can tell that someone's been in. Yeah. If you look right here, see here, there's a little wire, right? So you can see that. This is where somebody has got in there. That little wire there. That's what I mean. I don't know who did. I don't know if that should be there. There's a little wire there like that. I'll leave it as it is. But I don't know what it does. I haven't seen the plans. But the little jumper, they'll have to put that little wire in there. This is what I mean. You have to, these little buggers here and here are a pain in the behind. So I must give this a bit of a clean down as well, because some of this, you believe on, some of these filings can be a real, could be a real trouble if they get enough of them. It's one of those little pain neck things. So I'll just show, this is the inside of the card, and I'll just show what I'm doing, So it's just generally what to look out for. But I don't have any problems with it. I've never had any problems with the record. The repo's fine on this, and when you press the buttons, you can when you press the buttons up there, you can hear click 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 on that, as it from the cell and what's the name. When you press that you hear click 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 click. There's a relay. There's a relay on this board. When you press, I can't remember which one it is. I think it's this one or this one. Here, there's 1, 2, 3 relays. I think this one here is one of these, or one of those, or that one there. I do know there's 3 relays on this, but that's the I disconnected the wire. This is the wire that sends a signal. This is from the oscillator. From the amp oscillators, and that sends it up to the mixer. This is that wire there, that blue wire, that blue wire. That blue wire is this wire here. That wire so that goes up to this relay. That one there. You can see it now. That wire there. Is that blue wire there. I disconnected it because I wanted to stop any problem with the power getting to the rest of the circuitry. I want to make sure that when I turn it on, that I'm getting the signal up there. But then I know that the signal's going to the record head because I send a test tone into it, and I get signal. So to test that you know you got signal, you send a signal through this amplifier, right? A tone into the amplifier, and then you find the output of the amplifier, and if you get a signal there from outside the amplifier in that location, right? Once you know what you're doing, but then it's not a problem. So a sine wave in, you go to the business, like if you, whatever hertz, you can test for hertz. I normally test for frequency, and then if you got in there once it's on record, and you can test for frequency in that line there where that is, say there. So you know it's switching to record, and you're getting what's in there. You know that it's going to record in the head. So, but normally this one here, I think, turns this on, if I remember rightly. Turns that on because this turns that on, then turns that on. This turns all this on. You see this bit here. But I remember rightly, it's just as long as we go. This goes. That turns the repo on, turns that on, whatever, something like that. I'm a bit rusty, but I do know you got to check when it's in record mode. You got to test for the signal there coming in through that amplifier. If you're an engineer, you know what I'm going on about. And I just generally then check for other things. I'm sorry about the rambling. It's about 14 minutes, I think, but I'm just going through it. But you can do it, but be